All right, welcome. Today we're uncorking the secrets of a truly unique grape. We're talking about a variety with a wild history, a flavor profile that's totally its own, and, get this, a secret identity.
So, you might be asking, how in the world does one grape lead a double life? Well, to figure that out, we've got to go way back to its roots. We're talking ancient origins and a personality so powerful it's been capturing the imagination of winemakers for literally centuries.
And I mean, this is not just any old grape. It's a survivor, a piece of living history that's been around for over 600 years. Think about that. It's famous for these super complex aromas and its ability to age for decades. It just keeps evolving in the bottle in a way that most other white grapes can only dream of.
Okay, to really get Savagnin, you have to mentally transport yourself to its home turf. We're heading to the mountainous Jura region in eastern France. Honestly, this place, it's the key to everything that makes this grape so special.
And it really all starts from the ground up, the terroir. The soils there are this special mix of limestone and marl, and they're just packed with minerals. This is the foundation, right? It's what gives Savagnin wines that signature zippy acidity and a kind of stony mineral character you can literally taste.
Then you've got the climate, which plays a huge part. The Jura has what's called a continental climate, so just picture it. Really cold winters, then warm, dry summers. That big temperature swing is perfect. It lets the grapes ripen super slowly, and that's how they build up all these complex layers of flavor and aroma. You just can't get that in a place where the weather's the same all year round.
And the final piece of this terroir puzzle, the altitude. The vineyards are way up high, and that's absolutely crucial. It helps lock in all that natural acidity we were talking about, which makes the wines incredibly fresh and crisp, and, of course, gives them that amazing potential to age.
All right, so we've set the stage. Now, let's get to the big secret of the Jura. The most famous, most unusual wine made from Savagnin. It's called vin jaune, which literally means yellow wine. And believe me, this is where the story gets really cool.
So making vin jaune is, it's a test of patience. We're talking a minimum of 6 years and 3 months. It's a unique process. After the wine ferments, it goes into oak barrels. But here's the twist. They don't top them up. They leave a gap. And this allows a very special layer of yeast to form right on the surface of the wine.
This veil of yeast, or le voile, as they say in French, is the secret ingredient. It's this almost magical process, kind of like what happens with Fino sherry down in Spain. This thin layer of yeast just floats on top, acting like a protective blanket. It stops the wine from turning into vinegar, and this is the cool part, it allows just a little bit of slow, controlled oxygen contact. That's what creates those completely unique, nutty, and spicy aromas.
And the result of all that time and all that care? Oh man, it's an absolute explosion of flavor. It's like nothing else you've ever tasted in a white wine. You get these incredible aromas of walnuts and almonds, exotic spices like curry and saffron, dried apple, all of it anchored by that distinct minerality we talked about from the Jura soil. But hold on, because Savagnin is not a one-trick pony. Its story doesn't end with vin jaune. This grape is way more versatile than you might think, and we're about to see just how versatile it is.
So here's the key thing to remember. You can basically experience Savagnin in two completely different ways. You've got that super complex, nutty, oxidative style of vin jaune on one side, and then on the other you've got winemakers making a classic dry white wine from it, something that's all about freshness, citrus, and minerality, something you drink much younger.
And this is where you see how incredibly food-friendly it is. That intense, nutty vin jaune, it's a match made in heaven with the local Comté cheese or a rich dish like Caco vin jaune. But that fresher, dry style, oh yeah, that's perfect with oysters or some grilled fish. It's a grape that's just born to go with food, especially the food from its home region.
Okay, so just when you think you've got Savagnin all figured out, the story takes a crazy twist. We're leaving the mountains of France behind and heading out to a volcanic island way out in the middle of the Atlantic. Why? Because for hundreds of years, Savagnin has been living a secret double life. It's been hiding out under a different name in a totally different place and making a completely different kind of wine. This is the secret identity we talked about.
And here it is. Welcome to the island of Madeira in Portugal. Here, Savagnin is called Terrantes. And forget everything we just said about dry, oxidative wine from limestone mountains. Here, it becomes a legendary fortified wine that's aged for decades.
shaped by volcanic soils and the salty ocean air. Talk about a complete 180. This just goes to show you how tough this grape is. It got to Madeira way back in the 15th century and just adapted. It almost got completely wiped out by that phylloxera bug back in the 1800s, but now it's making a serious comeback. And as Torrontés, it's not just one thing. It can make a whole range of fortified wines, from super dry all the way to rich and sweet.
So, where does a grape like this go from here? I mean, it's this incredibly resilient variety that has proven it can thrive in two totally different corners of Europe. What does its future look like?
Well, it seems like the future is all about balance. It's this push and pull, right? On one side, you have this deep, deep commitment to protecting the ancient, super detailed traditions of making vin jaune. But on the other side, you've got producers who are innovating, trying new things like orange wines, and really leaning into organic and sustainable farming.
And that right there really sums up what makes Savagnin so cool. It's not just a grape, is it? It's a story, it's history, it's a specific place, it's tradition, all of it right there in your glass. And this ability to be both ancient and totally modern, that's why people all over the world are still discovering it and falling in love with it.
So that's the big question, isn't it? For a grape that's survived for centuries and crossed oceans, is its next chapter all about protecting its incredible past? Or is it about creating a new identity all over again? You know, if its history is anything to go by, it'll probably find a way to do both at the same time.